2024, 13 records. Djokovic wants badly. Welcome back to Forehand Frenzy, where we bring you the latest and greatest on all things tennis. Novak Djokovic already holds the majority of the most significant records in men's tennis, but the legendary Serbian can still add to his dynasty before he calls time on his illustrious career. The 36-year-old has won the most men's Grand Slam titles at 24, the most Masters 1000 titles at 40, the most ATP Finals titles at 7, and he has finished the most seasons as the ATP World, no one 8 in total. These are just a handful of the Serbian's finest accomplishments. They do not reflect the totality of his goals, however, and he reiterated last year that his sights are set on every milestone possible. I'm going for all possible records, all that I can break. I've never had a problem saying that. The world. No one told Serbian publication Courier in November, and that may be why people don't like me. I didn't pretend to be someone, to say that it's not my goal, and then to behave differently. I always tried to be in line with what I believe, he added. With this in mind, here are 13 tennis records that Novak Djokovic could still break in his career, and stay with us until the end of the video where we reveal exclusively his #1 most important hidden goal for 2024. 13 ATP titles. The record for the most ATP Singles Titles, held by American legend Jimmy Connors at 109, looms as a mountain yet to be scaled. Djokovic won 7 titles from just 12 events in his brilliant 2023 season. 12 Wimbledon men's titles. Wimbledon, with its history and prestige, holds a special place in Djokovic's illustrious career. With 7 titles, he is just 1 behind Roger Federer's record 8 triumphs. Djokovic's dominance at the All England club is not just about winning, it's about setting a legacy that future generations will aspire to. His victories on the grass courts are a blend of skill, strategy, and an indomitable will to succeed, making the prospect of him surpassing Federer's record a tangible reality. Djokovic's great rival Roger Federer, who retired from the sport in 2022, tops the list for the most Wimbledon men's singles titles of all time with his 8 triumphs. Since the Serbian is just 1 behind Federer on 7 titles, and considering that Novak lost in center court for the first time since 2017 in the final against Alcaraz in 2022, it would be surprising if he did not at least equal the Swiss record, given he has won 4 of the last 5 editions of the Wimbledon Championships. 11 US Open men's titles. The US Open presents another arena for Djokovic to etch his name in the annals of tennis history. With 4 titles to his name, he stands just 1 behind the record held by Connors, Pete Sampras, and Federer. His triumph at Flushing Meadows in 2023 marked a resurgence, a testament to his ability to adapt, evolve, and conquer. As things stand, Connors, Pete Sampras, and Federer share the record for the most titles at the US Open in the Open era, with 5 victories apiece. Djokovic needs 1 more US Open title to match this trio of greats, having secured his 4th US Open title in 2023, his first triumph at Flushing Meadows since 2018. The 36-year-old holds the Open-era record for the most US Open finals reached with 10, oldest Grand Slam champion. If Djokovic were to claim his 5th US Open crown at the 2024 edition of the New York Major, he would become the oldest Grand Slam singles champion in tennis history. Australian legend Ken Rosewall currently holds the record, having won the 1972 Australian Open at the age of 37 years, 1 month, and 24 days. 9 oldest ATP world, no one. In the realm of tennis, age is both a number and a narrative. For Djokovic, it's a narrative of breaking barriers and setting new benchmarks. The quest to become the oldest Grand Slam singles champion and to hold the ATP World #1 ranking as the oldest player are milestones within his reach. These records are not just numbers, they are chapters in Djokovic's story, each illustrating his longevity, dominance, and unparalleled contribution to the sport. Federer is the oldest player to ever hold the ATP World #1 ranking, having last occupied top spot on June 24, 2018, when he was 36 years, 320 days. Djokovic can break this record during April this year if he can hold onto the world #1 position. He currently holds a 600-point lead over world #2 Carlos Alcaraz, so he will be looking to achieve this milestone next month. 8. Defending all 4 Grand Slams titles. Djokovic could become the first male player to successfully defend the title at all 4 Grand Slam tournaments if he defends his French Open and US Open crowns this season. The Serbian has already defended the titles at the Australian Open and Wimbledon, on multiple occasions, and despite his loss at the semi-finals of the Australian Open in 2024, he is looking for consecutive victories at the other two majors for the first time. Federer is the only man to defend titles at 3 of the 4 majors, having achieved this at the Australian Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open. 7 Indian Wells titles. The Masters 1000 events, including the Indian Wells and Miami Open, have long been stages at which Djokovic has showcased his mastery over the game. Tied with Federer for the most titles at Indian Wells and with Andre Agassi at the Miami Open, Djokovic's return to these tournaments is highly anticipated. His pursuit of breaking these ties is not just about adding to his trophy cabinet, it's about cementing his legacy as one of the game's all-time greats. Federer and Djokovic both top the list for the most titles in the history of the Indian Wells Masters, an event founded in 1974 with 6. Djokovic could overtake his Swiss adversary by winning a 7th title next month, as he is set to make his first appearance at the Masters 1000 event since 2019, clearly with this record on his mind. 6 Miami Open titles. Djokovic shares the record for the most titles at the Miami Open with American icon Andre Agassi, having triumphed 6 times at the tournament, which was first held in 1985. Like Indian Wells, the Serbian has not played in Miami since 2019, but could surpass the tally of his former coach Agassi this year, as he is set to make his return. 5 Grand Slam tournament appearances. Federer and Spanish favorite Feliciano Lopez are tied for the most appearances in Grand Slam tournaments, having each featured in 81 majors during their lengthy careers. Djokovic and Richard Gasquet both currently sit next on this list with 73 major main draw appearances, with the Serb likely to match or break this record if he is still playing 2 years from now. Grand Slam appearances and quarterfinal reaches are a testament to Djokovic's consistency and longevity at the highest levels of the sport. With each tournament, Djokovic inches closer to Federer and Feliciano Lopez's record for the most Grand Slam appearances, and has the opportunity to stand alone for the most quarterfinals reached. These milestones are not mere statistics, they are a reflection of Djokovic's enduring excellence and his indelible mark on tennis history. 4 Grand Slam quarterfinals. At the 2024 Australian Open, Djokovic equaled a record which was previously owned solely by Federer for the most Grand Slam quarterfinals reached, with 58. The world, no one will almost certainly stand alone in this metric at some point this year, likely in his next major appearance at the French Open. 3 Grand Slam match wins. Djokovic has won 366 Grand Slam matches, a total which puts him just 3 behind Federer's record tally of 369. This 2 Grand Slam matches. Like with match wins in majors, the world, no one is closing in on Federer when it comes to matches played in Grand Slams. After his run to the semi-final of last month's Australian Open, the Serbian has now contested 415 matches in the sport's 4 biggest tournaments, putting him 14 behind Federer, who has played 429. 1 Most Open-era match wins. Connors has won more total ATP matches than any other player with 1,274, and this will likely be the toughest of these records for Djokovic to break. The 36-year-old has won 1,094 matches, and it will be a very tall order to add another 180 to reach the American's total, but there is a chance if he plays on for several more years. And finally, we promised to reveal to you Novak Djokovic's #1 most important hidden goal for 2024, so here it is. Novak Djokovic will set his sights on one major prize over the course of 2024 as he looks to complete his collection of titles in tennis. That's the verdict of respected commentator Nick Lester, who believes the Serbian icon will train his thoughts on winning a gold medal at the Paris Olympics to tick the last box on his list of achievements. As we look ahead, Djokovic's sights are set on the Paris Olympics, a platform where the gold medal remains the only accolade missing from his illustrious cabinet. The significance of Olympic gold transcends personal achievement. It's a symbol of national pride and a testament to a player's versatility and dominance across formats. Djokovic's preparation for the Olympics is not just about physical readiness, it's a mental alignment towards achieving what's arguably the pinnacle of an athlete's career. His rivals, Rafael Nadal and Andy Murray, have tasted Olympic glory, and Djokovic is determined to join this elite circle. The Olympic stage is set for a showdown where history, prestige, and national pride converge, and Djokovic's campaign will be a spectacle of tennis excellence. Rafael Nadal and Andy Murray are among the modern-day greats that have the gold medal Djokovic has failed to collect, with Leicester notifying Tennis 365 that Djokovic will be striving to join them on the top step of the Olympic podium in a tennis event that will be staged at Roland Garros in Paris. For me, the Olympic gold medal is massive for him this year, and he will set his sights on that one big target, Leicester predicted boldly. It is the only thing that is missing from his CV, and he will tailor everything around that. When you have achieved everything and only one final prize is missing, it would make sense to make it your top priority. For me, he is still the man to beat on a hard court when he is fully fit and motivated. He could easily win another 4 slams over the next couple of years if he stays fit and the desire is there. If he still has the passion to chase records and great records, Leicester added. Djokovic's defeat against Jannik Sinner in the Australian Open semi-finals sparked suggestions that his days as the undisputed king of men's tennis are coming to an end. That would appear to be a hasty conclusion for a legend of the game who was dominant in the men's game as he won 3 Grand Slams in 2023. There is also another rarely stated reason why Djokovic may have allowed his level of excellence to slip in Melbourne, with Leicester suggesting that he was struggling physically. From what I heard in Melbourne, he wasn't particularly well out there, he stated. Maybe that led to him not being quite as engaged as he had been in previous years. Let's be honest, the level of motivation he has displayed for so long is going to tail off at some point. He's doing things at his age that have never been done before, and at some point you have to think it will stop happening for him. Leicester concluded. Djokovic is set to return to action at the ATP 1000 event at Indian Wells next month, but Leicester suspects he may not play at the Miami Open a week later as he looks to trim down his schedule. He's going to play a shortened schedule, and that makes sense at his age, he added. He will play Indian Wells, but I don't think he'll play in Miami. I don't see him playing Monte Carlo this year. When you're close to 37, you need to make sure you play a schedule that gives you the best chance possible of winning the big tournaments and avoiding injury, and I'm sure Novak will do that this year. Novak Djokovic, at 36, stands at a juncture where history beckons with each swing of his racket. With 24 Grand Slam titles, 40 Masters 1000 titles, 7 ATP Finals victories, and the record for finishing as the ATP World #1 for 8 seasons, Djokovic's achievements are a testament to his enduring prowess and relentless pursuit of perfection. Yet, in his own words, the quest for records is far from over. His ambition to chase every possible milestone is not just a statement of intent, but a reflection of a champion's mindset, one that thrives on challenges and transcends the ordinary. Djokovic's impact on tennis is immeasurable, not just in terms of the records he's set, but in the way he's inspired a generation. His story is one of resilience, overcoming adversity to achieve greatness. From the bombings of Belgrade to the pinnacle of world tennis, Djokovic's journey is a beacon of hope, a narrative that tells us that greatness is forged in the crucible of adversity. The conversation around Djokovic often revolves around his place among the tennis greats. Is he the greatest of all time? While the debate rages on, Djokovic's focus remains unwavering. For him, it's not about the accolades or the recognition, but about the love for the game and the pursuit of excellence. His legacy is defined by his ability to elevate his game, to push the boundaries, and to redefine what's possible in the sport of tennis. As Djokovic continues to chase history, his approach to the game remains holistic. His attention to nutrition, mental health, and physical fitness sets him apart. Djokovic's diet, famously plant-based, is a testament to his commitment to optimizing his performance. His mental fortitude, sharpened by meditation and mindfulness practices, allows him to navigate the pressures of professional tennis with equanimity. Djokovic's physical regimen, meticulously planned and executed, ensures his readiness to compete at the highest level, defying the limitations often associated with age. The role of technology and analytics in Djokovic's career cannot be overstated. His team leverages data to refine his game, analyze opponents, and strategize for matches. This scientific approach to tennis, combined with Djokovic's natural talent and work ethic, has been a key factor in his sustained success. Off the court, Djokovic's impact extends into philanthropy and advocacy. Through the Novak Djokovic Foundation, he champions the cause of childhood education and well-being, particularly in his native Serbia. His commitment to social causes reflects the character of a champion who understands his platform's power to affect expect positive change. The future holds untold stories for Djokovic. As he gears up for the next chapters in his career, the tennis world watches with bated breath. The records within his reach are not merely numbers. They represent milestones in a journey that transcends sport. Djokovic's pursuit of these records is a narrative of passion, perseverance, and undying love for tennis. In every match, every tournament, Djokovic writes a new page in the history of tennis. His legacy, a blend of athletic brilliance, mental resilience, and philanthropic outreach, will inspire future generations. As we witness Djokovic's quest for more records, more titles, and higher accolades, we're reminded of the essence of sport, the pursuit of excellence, the spirit of competition, and the joy of playing the game. Djokovic's story is far from over. With each swing, each victory, he cements his place not just in the annals of tennis history, but in the hearts of fans worldwide. His journey is a testament to the power of dreaming big, working hard, and never giving up. As Djokovic continues to chase the horizon, one thing is clear: we are witnessing the making of a legend, a player whose legacy will be celebrated for generations to come. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Novak Djokovic's illustrious career. As we look forward to witnessing more of his journey, let's celebrate the dedication, the spirit, and the excellence that Djokovic brings to the world of tennis. Here's to more years of watching Djokovic defy the odds, break records, and inspire us all with his unparalleled love for the game. Thanks for watching today's video. What do you think is Djokovic's most impressive record? Which record will he break next? Which record will he never break? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, please like and share this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and keep swinging those forehands until we see you on the court.